Namaste, angels. This is going to be the reading of the Aquarius full buck moon, which occurs on Friday, July 23rd. Some say 1036, which I like better than the alternative of 1037. But 1037 is an 11, and 1036 is 613 or 19. So I guess either way, it is nice numerology, or at least the way that I read it. And we're going to get into it. I think this is going to be a good moon. Maybe I'm excited about it because I myself am an Aquarius moon. So for me, it'll be in my first house of self, which is good, which I like. But for others, it's going to be, you know, really impactful too. And we'll go over a little bit of that. First, let me tell you, I am starting with the numerology deck and love partnership. Time out. Spiritual partnership. Happy ending. Physical activity. And moderation. And the first message that I get from that is maybe a relationship, a divine relationship, a twin flame relationship, a soulmate relationship that is on a break, has been on a break, or will go on a break, take some sort of break, but it will be beneficial. And then we will realize during that time that everything is needed in balance and moderation. We will have realized if it's already occurred. We could be coming out of that break now. With the Ascended Masters deck, we're starting with the take charge of the situation, says Moses. The spiritual law of attraction. Retreat into nature, the Green Man. And I should have known. Peace offering, White Buffalo Calf Woman. I said I should have known because the full moon, actually I was moved to pull these cards out last minute. I did not have them out. And while I felt good about the full moon, it's the full buck moon. And so right away what pops into my head is it's like buck season. And this is the time of year, every year, where like the police brutality and like domestic terrorism and those sorts of things tend to pick up, and black men or men of color tend to be, hunted around this time of year every year. I bring it up every year, so not surprised to see this, although overall I felt and I feel better about this year than past. In fact, I think there will be some successes for bucks, and I mentioned this. This is funny because I don't think I mentioned this part online though. Maybe I should go into sports predictions because I've been pretty good with sports predictions over the years. So yeah, I don't think this was on my channel. I think it was a conversation. I remember talking to people about the Bucks winning, the Milwaukee Bucks, and of course, anybody that knows anything about basketball is like, yeah, okay. But they did. They won the Eastern Conference for the first time since 1971, or 50 years. I know that off the top of my head because I was born in 1971, and I just celebrated my 50th birthday, as many of you know. So, even if I didn't say it on air, the connection, the fact that I'm making the connection even now on air in advance of the full moon is something probably I don't think has been on other channels yet. It might be on other channels now when they see mine and they take information and put it on theirs and act like they're the ones that came up with it, because that happens all the time. But I don't think it's been on any other channel yet. Just even the realization that, oh, it's the buck moon, the Bucks just won for the first time. So that to me, not only had I predicted it, like I said, but that aside, it's a good indication of positivity and cause and means for celebration for Bucks too. So I think there'll definitely be some successes, although we may lose some people as we tend to, not only the buck moon, but in general around these full moons. And eclipses and things like that. Although there are no more eclipses this year. The Three of Cups. So speaking of celebrations and successes, the Three of Cups. Behind it is the Page of Swords in reverse. So that would be Aquarian energy. I think this is not only about celebrations. I think it's about groups, but not even necessarily groups like conscious groups that we're consciously making. I think it's like representative also of like society and humanity and some of the things that the Aquarius moon will be about, which is, will be like encouraged to sort of not plan for the future, because we would have been doing that already, like over the course of the year through the other signs, thinking about what we wanted for our future. This is sort of us like enacting it. Like we've been forming as people, changing, growing as people, like how antlers grow and shed every year. And so now with this new set of antlers, I think we're ready to do more for the future in our immediate circles and groups, like our family and our close friends, business connections, like growing things in our community, and then on a larger scale too, like more globally, those who are awakened to this sort of thing and on this path, sort of really making larger moves this year that, again, we've maybe unconsciously or subconsciously been preparing for all year now. Picked up two. They are both upright. It's the Knight of Cups. He is romantic, flirtatious, introspective, and enchanting. A deeply emotional and probably romantic experience will sweep you off your feet. Things can move very quickly during such whirlwind encounters, so stay balanced. Doesn't that sound like this? Love, partnership, moderation, all that kind of stuff. Stay balanced and make decisions with both your heart and your intellect. Knight of Cups for me can be about somebody that's already been in our life, maybe an ex or something returning. Of course, it can be about new love relationships. It doesn't have to be about romantic love at all. Just taking action, positive action towards something that makes us feel good emotionally. Can be what it's about. In love, particularly if you're single, this can be about certainly meeting somebody and just being swept off your feet by the love. The other card that I had picked up with it jointly is Major Arcana card 5. So that's the Hierophant. It's about, in terms of relationships, it's about traditional relationships. So things like engagement and marriage could be happening. Embrace this time of deep spiritual growth. You may feel called to act as a mentor, to find a new teacher, or to spend time with others who are also on a sacred path. I also think that this is speaking to some of the growth and advancement, particularly career advancement, that Taurus or Taurians, which this card represents, will make because of the Aquarius full moon. So Aquarius's ruler, Uranus, is located in the sign of Taurus. And it is going to be in your, what house? I looked at this before I started. 10th house of career. Yeah, I was thinking work. I don't know why that would be stuck. But anyway, it's your 10th house of career. What do I do with it? What am I doing? It's your 10th house of career. So yeah, I think that there could definitely be some like new contracts, maybe signing on for a new job or some sort of grant. Again, something that's going to serve a larger group of people. You're starting your own company. Again, it's going to serve people, a nonprofit, something going on with you guys, and it's growth. Again, this is all about growth. And then next year, what you decided you didn't need, or by next year, you will have shed. because that's what happens with the antlers. We retained what's important and we'll shed what's not needed. All right, and so the next card, also upright, is the Knight of Swords. He is decisive, focused, driven, and impulsive. Get ready for progress to speed up. This situation requires you to choose logic and intellect over emotion and to make your decisions quickly. So this is about taking action. Usually that action is to make some sort of decision, or often when this card shows up, we're awaiting a decision, or both. Like we're awaiting some sort of decision or information so that we can in turn, make our own decision about what we need to do. This knight is potentially a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. And the next card is also upright, but it's not so exciting. It is the Three of Swords. Sadness is part of life, but you don't have to endure it alone. You may need a little time to heal, but once you work your way through the emotions, you'll be stronger than before. So if we look at it this way, there could be something that occurred that caused pain or sadness or separation, that is sort of guiding our decisions and choices. And maybe to act in a more traditional way, and or to make a move like toward love, or realizing, sometimes being separated from somebody, you realize you miss them and you got to get together. Different things can propel that kind of stuff. So it can be something like that. And or sometimes for me, the Hierophant is about making adjustments to the people, places, and things with which we surround ourselves. So speaking of shedding our old antlers and getting new ones, this can be about like you realizing that certain people, places, and things in your cipher don't align with your vibration, since your growth, since your antlers have grown. These things no longer align with you as a spiritual being, and so you've had to cut some off or separate yourself from some. That's an action that you may want to take in association with the Hierophant. And then maybe speaking specifically about the sign of Taurus, this may be something that's tied to your employment. So it could be leaving a job, right? That could make you sort of sad, but at the same time taking action to do something better. Again, maybe start your own business or something. And ultimately that will be emotionally fulfilling for you. Not sure why I left these here, but now we're going to shuffle a little bit. $66 is our new overall energy for the numerology deck, followed by 41. So 66 is healing. Specifically, the type of healing that we're working on may be self-discipline, card number 41. And that's it. Next card is in reverse. It is financial discipline. Again. This, peace offering. Well, first of all, it can also be literal. I always like to remind people of that. There could be some sort of literal, I'm sorry, I accept, that sort of thing, like make a peace offering, like let's squash our beef or whatever. And maybe it's tied into the Knight of Cups and or the healing, of course. And maybe groups of friends or family members and things like that. But also in terms of the death that tends to come with the card, I was just feeling that for some cases we could be experiencing like visits, whether, you know, in a wake or a sleep or dream state from deceased loved ones. So it may not be about somebody passing now. They may have passed already, and for whatever reason, there's either they're visiting us in some way. We're seeing signs. It can be your pet too. Some sort of signs, synchronicities, something associated with this departed loved one. And or we're celebrating them. We're memorializing them. We're remembering them. And, you know, in a particular way. You know, I'm sure a lot of people, there's people that we lose and we may think of them in one way or another every day. But like in a very conscious way, we are remembering them. During this period, it may be like within the next 2 weeks, between today, now, when I'm doing this reading, which is actually a little bit in advance of the full moon, just in case I have difficulty getting it up. Today's July 21st. So between now and within the next like 2 weeks. New overall energy here is yoga. Power of joy. And the next card is in reverse, but it is this peace offering white buffalo calf woman yet again. And I'm just feeling like the fact that it's in reverse is confirmation of what I was just saying. That for people who experience this energy of death, or the white buffalo calf woman, for some in your life is for something, someone, or again, a pet or something that you loved, a departed loved one that has already passed. Maybe through yoga or meditation is how they come through. And it makes you happy. It doesn't make you sad that you're connecting with this loved one. So then it's about like rejoicing and celebration. Maybe celebrating the life of somebody. So maybe for it's a funeral or it's a memorial. Maybe they passed before. Maybe because of COVID or something, you couldn't do it before. You're doing it now. Page of Wands, first card to which I open, is about finishing something that we started or that began in some time ago in the past. So maybe it has to do with that. Person passed already. We're finishing now, you know, memorializing them or funeralizing them now. For others, of course, this has nothing to do with a funeral, and it may have to do with work or travel or some other, you know, positive action that we're taking. It still can have something to do with something that we started in the past. Now we're revisiting it, we're picking it back up, we're finishing it, and it's, again, celebratory, it's happy, it's positive. But wands often have to do with travel and or career. And of course, as a court card, it can have to do directly with a fire sign. A Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Not sure why I didn't start with Aries. Maybe because it'll be Leo season again by the time of this moon. So I mentioned them first. Very nice. And the overall energy is the 10 of Pentacles. This too can be tied in not only to abundance and family and security and stability and things in general, but also to, again, the passing of a departed loved one. Maybe they left you some sort of inheritance. Maybe, again, that's something that started a long time ago, so they passed some time ago, but now it's being picked up. Now the inheritance is coming. Now the insurance is being paid, or the estate's being settled, or something. And we got this Ten of Pentacles. For others, it's the things that I just mentioned is what it represents. Again, security, stability, being surrounded by, you know, family and love, and just feeling comfortable, not like no worries, at least in this moment, not thinking about, you know, money, or, you know, just feeling good, feeling happy, feeling comfortable. And these. And to go along with that, the new overall energy is the Knight of Pentacles. He is loyal, dedicated, honorable, and kind. Again, the Knight of Pentacles is an energy that is slow and steady, but consistent. So this could have been something, something could be coming in, some abundance could be coming in from something from before. So whether it was somebody's passing before, or a job you started, you know, before, and now it's paying, or a career path you started working toward before, now it's paying off. Now you're able to start your new business. Now you're being recognized and, you know, recompensed in some way. Or relationship, somebody approaching you in a slow, steady, consistent manner. You may be saying, okay, on with it, hurry up with it, especially if you're an Aquarius or other air sign. But, you know, this is how they move. Knight of Pentacles is potentially a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. He is loyal, dedicated, honorable, and kind. It's time to buckle down and get things done. Honor your commitments. You have a guardian angel. Again, saying guardian angel, this could be you being visited, or somebody very closely surrounding you, a departed loved one in your life over this period. And my sense is that you will sense them. You will feel them. You will see signs, something. They may come through with some sort of assistance for you, timely assistance, right? Like angels do. And again, this earth energy may be showing up from the fact that Aquarius's ruler, the planet Uranus, is located in Taurus, has been for some time, will be for some time. All right, which deck am I going to start with? Or should I say decks? I think I'm going to use, put the Rider-Waite to the side and use the other three. But first, I just want to go over again, the houses where for these specific signs, the moon is going to be, because I think they're going to be the most impacted. So Cancer, did I mention Cancer before? If I didn't, I think you guys are included in this, because we have, again, the sun leaving your sign and entering Leo. So I think that just because of the energy of endings that full moons are also associated with, that would be, that sun would be in your 12th house now, right, of endings. And so I think with the energy of endings for you, it's about a lot of things coming to a close, and that also would tie in with those antlers that, you know, would have been shed from last year, right? It's an ending, so we're getting rid of those, and we're getting brand new ones to start all over again. Aquarius, of course. I don't know why I didn't start with Aquarius. Aquarius, of course. Again, this moon, if you were an Aquarius sun in particular, or perhaps an Aquarius moon, this moon will be in your first house of self. And so we could be coming into like new understandings of who we are as people, sort of how we're coming into our own or coming into new antlers. Yeah, like who we're becoming, maybe even some reflection on who we've been as that energy leaves our 12th house and enters the first. Did I say it was in Cancer's 12th house? That wasn't right. Not in Cancer's 12th house. But yes, the rest I said about endings is correct. Anyway, it would be in Capricorn's 12th house. Which is Cancer's mirror opposite sign. So maybe that's where my subconscious was going with that. I don't know. Anyway, talking about Aquarius now. This is going to help us to just really get into who we are, who we're becoming. Again, focusing on the future, who we're bringing with us, or how we're bringing it in. Facing maybe some truths, but I think overall very, very positive and could mean really awesome things and growth in basically any area of our life, because with it being the first house of self, that can affect how you deal in relationships, your work, with your family, whatever it is, any area. Scorpio, I think you're involved here, and this moon will go through your 4th house of home and family, maybe even roots. Some of you could be maybe meeting members of your family that you don't know, or learning things about your family or your lineage, your heritage, your ethnicity, whatever that you didn't know. Maybe taking a DNA test, or what's that thing called, 23andMe, or whatever, those types of things. Definitely causing you to pay attention to the way you nurture yourself, as well as those who are close to your closest loved ones, and maybe healing the way that happens, working on self-discipline also. You will feel urged maybe to be like a protector of other people, but you got to remember yourself too. So again, self-discipline and self-preservation. Taurus, I already talked to you guys, your career. I just wrote down the names of the signs that I wanted to talk about here. 10th house of career, and you have to be thinking about goals and maybe even your standing in the world, your reputation, and I think you'd be a standout now and being recognized by other people. You might feel like it's a long time coming, but like we're here. And that again, also because because Aquarius's ruler is in your sign. And that may be why it's been a long time coming as well. And there could be a ways to go, but you should see movement now. I think Uranus is going to be there for another like 6 years, 5 or 6 years. But so you could still have further growth on this path to do, but you should be able to see, like in a tangible way, things happening now. And did I do Leo? So I don't think I did Leo yet. So Leo, again, the sun will be in your first house. So similar to what I said about Aquarius, you'll be affected by the sun in that way. Simultaneous to that, the moon will be in your 7th house of like your closest one-on-one relationships. And that is going to have you focused on relationships and the kind of partner you are and the kind of partner you want, and the kind of relationships in general and that you want. So it could be business partners and colleagues and things too, and who you want to surround yourself with, and really focus on like relationship dynamics and what you have to do to improve or rid yourself or maintain them or whatever it is. Like what's held you back in the past in this regard and what can move you forward. I think that's it. Cancer, Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus. Yeah, I think it was 5 that I was focused on. Okay. Let's get into it. And like I said, I'm gonna pull these away. I'm gonna lay those first. So here we go. Divine being a couple. Recent past. Near future. Masculine's higher self. Blocks the individual or shared progress. What the feminine can do to help herself with this block. What the masculine can do to help himself with this block. We almost got 2, but I didn't allow it to happen. I don't know. Normally I would go with it. I don't know why I pulled this one away separately, but I'm gonna go ahead and put this one here. What the universe wants to help us with in terms of this block, and what change I guess we can expect by the next major moon. So the new moon in Leo. Yeah. Same thing with these. Same thing with these. Oops. I had put it upside down and there's no reversals in this deck. Okay. Divine being a couple. It's another Knight of Pentacles. Trustworthy, dedicated, protective, and funny. So I want to just remind you that we have one as our overall energy here too. I'll put it here. And now we're starting with another. Both of these are the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is trustworthy, dedicated, protective, and funny. And again, a Taurus, Virgo, a Capricorn, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. It's important to make a detailed plan before starting any new endeavor. Once you have that plan in place, then you can take immediate action and get as much accomplished as possible. So I think this goes along with what I was talking about in like planning for the future, except for I said that I think we've already done, for the most part, that planning, whether it was conscious or subconscious, and now we're going to be putting things in motion. We have this partnering with self-love and persistence. So we need the self-love, whether we're doing something for ourselves directly and immediately, or for a larger group or humanity or whatever it is, and certainly not to give up. And that's the energy of the Knight of Pentacles. Remember I said it's slow, steady, it's persistent. It doesn't give up. In fact, the Knight of Pentacles is the only one in the deck known for always, or that's said to always achieve or reach its goal. So very nice. We're determined. We're doing it in a way that employs self-care and love. And we are, resilient and steadfast and persistent from this moon. Recent past. The Knight of Wands. Passionate, charismatic, confident, and restless. An opportunity arises that needs your attention right away. Moving quickly is important, yet there's nothing that you can't handle if you follow your own inner guidance. Knight of Wands, very fast moving energy, sort of comes in and just takes over. This could definitely be something that causes us to take action in the area of our work, or maybe to travel, to take a time out from the rest of the world. Look, there's a full moon in the picture, and maybe with a romantic partner, or something that leads to us meeting a romantic partner. We have twin flames showing up. Recent past. Now, when I say recent past, this doesn't mean that it's happened already, right? This reading is for like the next 2 weeks. So the recent past could be next week. And then, you know, you could feel the effects of the rest of it the following week. And it would still fall within the parameters of the reading. I know that may be confusing for some, but that's how I do it. The Knight of Wands is potentially an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. And speaking of Leo, we have Mars, right, located there. Mars, the action planet, ruler of fellow fire sign Aries, as well as that of Scorpio, located in Leo. And we have, in terms of recent past that's already happened, we have Venus recently having left there and moving into Virgo this week. As a matter of fact, I think today, is it today that Venus moves into Virgo? It might be today. Check out my general reading for the week or some other astrological calendar or something and see. But I think it's today, the 21st, the day on which I'm recording this reading. So that may be what's affecting this, that seems to be tied to love and relationship between twin flame and the Knight of Wands, which can be a very romantic card too. For me, the Knight of Wands is the Prince Charming of the deck. Like the one that comes and doesn't even like stop his horse. He just picks you up and throws you on the back and keeps going. And that's like my kind of guy. You know, I know some people might look to the Knight of Cups in terms of being Prince Charming. He's the one that stops under your window and like serenades you. You know, it's a little softer and sweeter, which I don't mind either. But if I had to choose, you know, I like a throw me on the horse and keep going type of guy. So this I think could be tied to Venus, of course, the planet and goddess of love, Mars's counterpart, Mars, which is currently located in Leo. All right, near future, the 9 of Pentacles. Your success has brought you financial security and the reward of much deserved time off. Here we had time off, time out or something. So maybe this is it results in that. If this is associated with career and for anybody or an increased abundance, it leads to this. Even if it's tied to relationship in the twin flame, and I said you may take a getaway together, you know, it's that abundance that has afforded you this opportunity to take a time out or a break even with your partner. That's going to help you to even enjoy your own company. You may suddenly have a brilliant idea for a business or a self-employment opportunity, which I talked about a lot before we even started the cards or while I was shuffling and stuff. And if you do have that kind of idea, it will be very successful. It may be a spiritual career that's coming up for you in the near future. Maybe with a twin flame relationship. Could be some sort of partnership that you go into with business. And or a mother, wife, sister, daughter. So a feminine entity, energy in your life. This could also be representative of your own feminine energy, your own inner feminine, whether you are male and consider yourself masculine or whatever. You know, this is talking about archetype, not like gender or sexuality or anything like that. So we are all androgynous at the soul level and have our inner feminine. And that may be what you're drawing upon for this spiritual career. Let's see in the other piles I put the tarot card at the top. So let me do that again. Masculine's higher self, specifically. The King of Swords. Here comes the Aquarian energy. Brilliant, impartial, professional, and diplomatic. The King of Swords is potentially a Gemini, Libra, or yes, Aquarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Speak your mind with confidence. Seek out professional advice and balance mental and emotional considerations. King of Swords, somebody who says what he means what he says. We have it partnered with creativity. So this could be of coming up with creative ways of expressing yourself, whatever that means, whether it's in work or your relationships or both. We also have purification. And I feel like this could be like cleansing yourself of like letting something off your chest, like cleansing yourself of like a burden that you're holding on to. So maybe this King of Swords energy masculine will help you to say something you've been wanting to say. It's going to be like freeing and cleansing, and like it's going to be like it washes something off of you. Blocks to individual or shared progress. Some of us are watching this maybe as a couple, some of us as individuals. So this is, you know, can apply to both. To you as a couple, you as a single person, an individual person. And we have High Priestess. This is the time to pause and to reflect, not to take action. Trust in your spiritual gifts, as nothing is hidden from your divine intuition. So a block could be ignoring what we're seeing, not really paying attention to signs and synchronicities or even information that's presented to us. And it could also have to do with how attractive we are, you know, to other people, and whether or not we realize that, or what our reaction is, how we respond to different types of attraction as well. Could be something that's been a block. We have a moon here. It's not a full moon, it's a new moon, but still. High Priestess, a Gemini or an air sign, or a water sign typically. We have that partnered with love partnership. Love partnership as a block. And that's also joined by find the blessing in your current situation. For some, I want to say a relationship could be changing, could need to change, could need to end, that it may very well be tied to this recent past, this situation with twin flame. Recent past may mean a break also with this twin flame, in terms of a break or a breakup. Or this could be having had some sort of whirlwind experience, again, very fast moving, passionate experience with this twin flame energy. And the block being that there's another situation, maybe a love partnership that you're already involved in. And you to look for the positive in the fact that you're involved in this other relationship, or that it needs to end. But, you know, look at the positive of the relationship. You know, that it was good here. The numbers keep standing out to me too, but I'm not getting what they're trying to tell me. Definitely think for maybe most of the people that will experience whatever it is I'm feeling here. Hopefully I can get it out within the next couple seconds. Gemini may be involved, not only because of the High Priestess card, because I'm looking at also the 2 for partnership, and the number 6, which is representative of love and the lovers, or the sign of Gemini. And the King of Swords also is crossing this too. King of Swords was partnered with a 3 and creativity. Number 3 in astrology represents the sign of Gemini as well. And could be representative of a party of 3. I don't want to just sit here with having you guys watch me go through my process that I have to go through sometimes if a message doesn't come through as clearly as I would hope. So I do want to move on, but for some, I definitely feel that this has to do with some sort of party of 3, whether that means having another romantic partner or some other person or energy that's a block, that's been some third thing that's been impacting you. And maybe that's what the masculine wants to talk about, wants to get off his chest. And again, that's going to be freeing. It's going to be like being, you know, whatever that is going to be like washed away. Then I'm looking at the water here in the picture too. All right, I do want to, hopefully something else will come. Anyway, what the feminine can do to aid her with this block. Maybe this will give us more information. Look, didn't I just talk about the 6 and the love? I said the 6 is standing out to me, and the love, and follow your heart, and the Queen of Cups. I also said the High Priestess is the Gemini or water sign. Here we have the Queen of Cups, who is in fact a water sign. A Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Mostly, or most directly, a Scorpio. What the feminine can do is love and follow your heart. So if you're in another relationship, or there's something or someone that is blocking you from being here, and or even if you're not in person experiencing this relationship, there's something that's preventing you from even experiencing the energy, and you're in control of whatever this is. You have the ability to reject that and instead follow your own heart. And that is what you're guided to do. All 3 of these cards basically mean like love. Love, just love. So if this is a love partnership here is being blocked, or is being blocked, or is a block, the way for you to fix it in your life, feminine, is through love and following your heart in that regard. Whether that means toward a water sign, again, a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or it means in terms of, you know, being loving and emotional and nurturing like the Queen of Cups is. One thing about the Queen of Cups, similar to the Queen of Swords, she can be sort of OD in terms of love too, and like love maybe like a little bit too hard, and I don't like to talk about that as if it's a negative thing, especially with myself being a Queen of Swords, but like pushing too hard, and maybe sometimes through that forgetting to love ourselves as individual people. So that takes me back to the first card and the self-love, and maybe the situation that is blocked, or that is a block to us, I lost what I was going to say, kind of, is like affecting us as individuals. And then I'm drawn to look at the 9 of Pentacles, which can represent a card of, like, you know, singlehood, although it means good things and for relationships too, you know, mutual respect and adoration and love and equity and equality and stuff in relationships. I mean, I just think this is being pretty straightforward. Follow your heart, feminine. Go where, you know, where the love is. And don't feel like you have to stay in a situation that is a block to you, that is holding you back. And don't feel like you have to avoid a situation that seems blocked. Like you have a means to access it. It's not really blocked. It's up to you to make a conscious choice that you're going to access it. Even if there's a third party involved that will be affected some way. And all of this may be especially true for the Leos, who I just talked about how this moon is going to be impactful upon your relationships of all kinds. All right. What the masculine can do to help himself with regard to this block, and it is the Page of Fire. Outgoing, creative, confident, and mischievous. News of an exciting new endeavor. Use your originality and ingenuity. That sounds a lot like creativity that you have up here available to you. The Page of Wands, like the Knight, is an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius potentially, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Also telling us to, in order to deal with the block, follow our intuition. One of the things I said here was that we likely were not paying attention to our intuition. We were ignoring signs or missing them, signs and synchronicities. So we want to pay closer attention to those things, masculine. The orange is tied to the sacral chakra. Red is the root chakra. You could really get these inclinations anywhere, like throughout your body. It may even be some sort of sexual thing, you know, not in a perverted kind of way, but in terms of intuition, you may think of somebody and get, you know, like a feeling or something. And the reason you're remembering this person is, you know, that's a message. You're being caused, your body's being caused, your spirit's being caused to acknowledge this person or energy in order to like wake you up and guide you toward where you need to be and what you need to be. And the other advice is stay focused. What the universe wants to help us with in terms of the block, and it is the Wheel, Major Arcana card number 10, a time of positive change. A situation suddenly moves forward. Fortune is on your side. So the universe wants to give us good energy, give us, you know, whatever tools we need to work with to make this thing possible. The Wheel represents the planet Jupiter, ruler of the sign of Sagittarius, so more fire to go along with the Page and the Knight, and also connected to the fixed signs, so more Leo, more Scorpio, more Taurus, and more Aquarius, of course. All of these energies supporting us and helping us. And maybe particular for those signs, which they happen to be like the same signs I mentioned, with the exception of Cancer. Before, which I'm realizing, yeah, it's the fixed signs that I was guided to focus on. I hadn't realized that before. Anyway, the universe wants to help us with that. We got 2 10s here. Is the other thing that I was looking at. When I pause like that and I'm just like, huh, it's because of something is standing out to me. So we have Major Arcana card 10, and we have card number 55 equals 10. For adventure, and we have artistic expression, and it's seated here next to the masculine's energy, next to the King of Swords and creativity, where I just said he may be coming up with a creative way to express himself. So the universe may want to help us both, masculine and feminine, with that, and help us to be able to, you know, take the leap forward and taking advantage of these energies that are trying to propel us forward. Go on the adventure. New start. 10 equals 1. So it's like a new beginning, a fresh start somehow. And what, speaking of ones, what can we expect by the new moon? And it's another 1. Major Arcana card 1, the Magician. Here's the Gemini energy again that keeps popping up and I keep feeling. You are ready. You have the resources or the ability to manifest them, and life is magical. So we can bring about any and everything that it is we would like, and take the lead not only in our own lives, but maybe in terms of the energy of Aquarius, I'm getting, you know, for groups, like leading others, leading by example, I'm hearing too. And how can we go about manifesting some of the things that we want or need through meditation? So we're sort of ending where we started, because those are like things that I said before. But that's what we have. I'm going to do one other spread from the masculine's perspective, and then that'll be the end of our moon reading. I'm also feeling like the 22 here, and even the twin flame here, has something to do with the fact that there's another Aquarius full moon next month. There's like twin Aquarius full moons, and I keep getting that it has something to do with that, but I'm not seeing what. It is on the 22nd of August, the next Aquarius full moon. So that might explain the 22, and the twin flame is twin full moon, so that makes sense, but I don't know. I'm not getting the other messages trying to tell me specifically about it, unless I was just supposed to share that with you guys. for those who didn't know. I just feel like there's more to it than that. It wasn't just about me telling you that there's 2 Aquarius full moons, that there's something else. But again, if that comes in before I'm done, I'll, of course, expound on it as well. And, you know, if you guys pick up anything on it, do feel free to drop it down in the comments. You know, it's weird because my viewership tends to contact me directly rather than comment, which I'm not opposed to. You know, I don't mind talking to anybody, and I don't, like, I know people, there's some people that, like, charge you to talk to them or whatever. I've never done that. I don't plan on doing that. I mean, I've had, like, phone sessions, phone readings, and, you know, maybe those can get into conversations and stuff like that also. But in terms of just, like, somebody asked me a question and I charge them for my time to speak to them. So anyway, people tend to contact me, like on one of my pages, my social media, or something, rather than to comment. And, you know, I don't mind, but YouTube's algorithm sort of does. Like, you know, like, we need really people to comment. Sometimes my videos, you know, they have views, they have likes, they almost never have dislikes, but they could have, like, 0 comments sometimes, and it's just like, I don't know, maybe that's one of the things that holds me back. So, if you don't mind commenting, I'm not, you know, I don't mean to pressure anybody either, if you don't feel comfortable commenting, because I do understand that some of this stuff can be of a sensitive and personal nature, and so that may be why people don't want to comment, so that's fine. But yeah, if you have any ideas of anything that I talked about, especially those things that I felt like there could be more to the message that I didn't have time to do in this reading, it's going to be long enough, particularly with the pauses I took already, please do go ahead and put it in the comments for us. And maybe we can get, like, a conversation going. Positive change, just like the wheel suggests. Nice. One more. Oh, and look what just fell away. The 2 of Wands, which is the twin flame or divine union card of the tarot. You've come into your own. New partnerships or contracts continue to move forward. Let's throw that in there. Let's throw this in here too. I'm thinking now, not just success for bucks, but like a moving forward, like them taking action too. So that would be specifically the masculine or males who are doing that. And look, success, victory. See how the messages come in? As I was just randomly having a thought about success, here we go now with a new overall energy of the 6 of Wands. Victory, good news is on its way. Public recognition or awards. Exactly. I think particularly for, again, males or masculine energies. Followed by the 10 of Cups. A contented and rewarding family life. Your emotional and material needs are met, and you have trustworthy relationships. Also, the 6 of Swords. Things are looking up. It's the end of a difficult situation. You may even be taking a trip. We have that followed by the 7 of Swords, though. Plans that need revision. More going on than meets the eye. Poor timing. With this deck, as we saw, positive change, followed by choose peace. I said there could be actually be, like literally be, a peace offering, choosing peace, not wanting to argue, not wanting to fight. Artistic expression, coming up with better ways to express ourselves and maybe to have conversations that need having so that they are more peaceful, less harmful, less ugly. Maybe we choose to write something instead of saying it, or write it down before we say it. Prepare, plan. And from here we have happy ending. With abundance behind it in reverse. Okay, let's go. Put these aside for a second. Divine feminine, the masculine as it relates to the feminine, and this energy here, to himself. The union or connection as a whole. Overall, what energy the masculine would have the feminine give to the union or connection if it were up to him? Like if he could say, tell her, be like this, or do this. And what he himself is sort of bringing to the table energetically, at least what the universe wants to help us with and would have us bring to the table, each of us, and what we can expect a change in by, again, the Leo new moon. With our overall energy of victory, success. And our overall energy of positive change. And our overall energy of happy ending. Victory, positive change, happy ending. Divine feminine. Another 10 of Pentacles. Contentment comes from knowing that your finances are secure. Your family's material needs are taken care of. It's important to honor traditions and to have pride in your heritage and the accomplishments of your ancestors. So some of the things that I described before, connection with the 10 of Pentacles, maybe, which is our overall energy from the remaining deck, by the way, as a reminder, the Rider-Waite deck. Maybe the feminine more so than the masculine will experience these. It is joined by find the blessings in your current situation. So even if there was a loss, for example, again in your family, somebody passed, or a pet passed, or a loved one, whether on 2 legs or 4 or whatever it was, there's still some sort of positive something associated with it. Even that, there's something positive. And for others for whom that doesn't apply, has nothing to do with the loss, you know, whatever situations you're going through, it's looking for the bright spot in the midst of it. But there's also a sense, again, of security and stability around you. And that's also being joined by individuality. So maybe like in terms of, you know, like you can stand on your own 2 feet. You're still like a solid individual, also despite whatever else is going on around you. The masculine as it relates to the feminine in this energy here. We have 8 of Cups. You feel that there's more to life than what you're living, so it's time to move on. You may be moving from a situation that isn't good for you, or perhaps you're being drawn to what would make you happy. Either way, you are in control. And for some, I feel like this is literal, and it has to do with leaving a relationship. So maybe a departing loved one, not because you went to, you know, another realm of existence, another plane of existence, but because you like moved house or something, you moved out or you moved on. Take charge of this situation. It may require you to be the one to initiate something like that has to happen. And adventure. We have another 1 or 10 or 1. So this could be you starting with a new situation. You know, you moved on from whatever was happening here. For some, that could be physically you moved on. If not just emotionally, moving on from something. And there is, you know, again, new energy, positive new energy, something starting. Masculine as it relates to himself. So just him. And we have, this is interesting, Major Arcana card 13, Death. It's time to release the past and to move on to something new. This ending is the first step on the way to a happier future. And again, I feel like for some, although normally death has nothing to do with actual death, for some it is connected to either a male or masculine being who passed away in someone's life, or the masculine and how he's dealing with that right now. What else is interesting to me is we have Major Arcana card 13, which is it's called Release here. It's Death in the traditional tarot, represents the sign of Scorpio, and we have it joined by the Scorpion King, Osiris, father, husband, brother, son. So again, a masculine energy, a buck, if you will. Again, perhaps a male is who is dealing possibly with actual death that may have already occurred. Or for some, it's joined by card number 71, health. It could be a matter of you needing to, you know, watch your health and focus on your health right now. Or for your father, husband, brother, or son to do so. Death in terms of physical health. I mean, in terms of the traditional tarot, can be about being careful, not like abusing like drugs or alcohol, and therefore your body. So you want to watch that masculine this week, or again, you may have a masculine energy or person in your life, father, husband, brother, son, who needs to. It can be about dealing with like situations as they arise and not like avoiding them or holding on to them, like, you know, within, like dealing with them like physically as they pop up. It can be about making sure you get enough sleep or rest, and maybe that's another meaning of the timeout card that keeps popping up. It sort of guides us to keep our stress levels down to the extent that people are able to do that. And that's something that can sometimes be like, you know, as they say, like a silent killer, stress and high blood pressure and stuff. So, you know, I guess if you're prescribed medicine, or then there's a male or masculine energy in your life that's prescribed medicine for something like pressure or keeping stress levels down, whatever, maybe headaches or heart condition or something pulmonary, make sure that they take that, do that, or you do that if it's you. And masculine as it relates to the union or connection as a whole. Beautiful. We have this energy of, wow, okay. We have this energy of exchange. So the Six of Pentacles, really beautiful energy of unconditional love, the way that I read the card. Very representative of Venus, who did move into Earth energy again today, I believe, Virgo. So we have all this green surrounding her. representative. She does rule the sign of Taurus as well as that of Libra, and she's the esoteric ruler of the sign of Gemini as well. Your success and prosperity have allowed you to pay off debts, to acquire wise loans, and to receive a grant or scholarship. In return for heaven's blessings, be sure to share the wealth with others through donations of time or money to reputable charities. So there could be some sort of like assistance that, you know, timely assistance, serendipity that the union will experience, or connection will experience. But also this is the masculine's like feelings of the inner feelings of with regard to the union or connection. This is one of unconditional love. This is one of mutual respect and adoration. This is one of equity. This is one of equality. This is one of, you know, having the ability to both give and receive, like in balance, and wanting to, you know, I want to give to you. I want to receive from you, you know, sort of we're very much we're in this together. And the, it's partnered here with nature. So again, that's the earth energy that's coming up that has been pretty prevalent throughout the reading, actually, having had the two Knights of Pentacles as overall energies before. I think that's Venus that's popping up there, and that's another 11. So we have the like a bookends here, because we have individuality here, 11, and then we have card number 74 here, 11. But also what I was looking at that I found interesting was side by side we have Osiris and Isis. Or Mars and Scorpio, right? Mars is a ruler of Scorpio, and Venus and Isis. Balance, career, and home life. So this is about, like the Two of Pentacles, making sure that you nurture yourself and your relationships in addition to, you know, like whatever work you have to do in your life, whether that is actually career or you have other responsibilities that you're carrying and stuff. Overall, very nice. More Pentacles energy first and foremost, but it's the Ace. So this is not only new beginning, this is abundance. This is just really positive energy to go along with our overall energies of, again, the Six of Wands, happy ending and positive change. You can expect a windfall of abundance, such as money, timely assistance, a serendipitous meeting, or rewarding advice. You may be offered a fabulous new job or a promotion, or the prospect of a profitable business venture or investment. So there's something that we're guided to no longer hold on to. That may just be the energy of lack and being broke and stuff, because this abundance wants to come in. And that may require some self-discipline. Also, I think with the abundance that comes in, the self-discipline is going to be needed so that we don't like squander all the goodness that's coming to us in whatever way it comes. You know, that we're very sort of we don't take it for granted, whether it's love, money, combinations of those. What energy the masculine would have the feminine gift to the union of connection for, up to him. And it's the King of Swords, sort of like matching his King of Swords from before. Intelligent, impartial, respected, and unemotional. At this time, it's very important that you communicate clearly, be objective and unemotional, and act as professionally as possible. If you need advice, seek out the most experienced expert that you can find. Maybe he wants us to be diplomatic. He wants us to be fair. He wants us to think impartially, look at both sides. He wants us to speak, you know, mean what we say and say what we mean, and perhaps to do that, to sort of lead by example as a teacher, and to be open to like a fresh start, new beginnings. And more orange, again, I say sacral, so that's about intimacy for me too. The what energy the masculine is coming with, he's coming with a similar one. I don't know what the other King of Air is, King of Swords is. He used it before, but look at this, okay? The Knight of Swords, intelligent, decisive, idealistic, and tireless. Events that occur with great speed. Take time to carefully review your options. You can come up with creative solutions. So he's like really thinking and being focused and deliberate in his choices and decisions here. And that's what Apollo wants him to do. This is more Mars. Apollo is Mars. So we have the Mars here. We have the Scorpio here with Osiris. And then we have teaching and learning. So look at this. Feminine got teacher and the King of Swords. Masculine, teaching and learning, and the Knight of Swords. So it's it's like we're on the same wavelength. Similar vibration, which is what we need to be able to come together. When we say like, I just feel like we're in two different dimensions, you probably are. But right now, this is about coming into the same one and being able to connect. What the universe wants to help us with. Not missing an opportunity, for one thing. This is about missing an opportunity, discontentment or boredom. And what the universe wants to help us to open our eyes to the possibilities. Also, purification. So again, the cleansing of something, getting something off our chest. That could be why all the King and the Knight of Swords energy is repeating. And then also moderation, aka balance. Last, for what we can expect from time for the new moon. Okay, Nine of Wands, don't give up, protect that which you've created, have courage, and believe in yourself. So it's like we started with perseverance and we're ending with perseverance, that continuing to fight even when we feel like we don't have anything left, the universe giving us another boost. Partnered with see the other person's point of view, and 99 compassion. So this is another time where I've been seeing a lot of this 999. And I think in one of the other readings, I even recommended, was that a client reading or was that a collective reading? I don't remember, but I think I remember even recommending that people listen to 999 Hertz meditations, and that is like a full body detox or cleanse. I'm going to recommend that again, especially since we kept seeing purification and white Tara. And I kept talking about the cleansing, washing away something. So I think we need that. And also because of the colors, the root chakra, all the red with the root chakra, all the orange with the sacral chakra. I think that there is like a full body cleanse that we could use. See the other person's point of view is pretty straightforward. And we could maybe do that by showing them this some compassion and empathy that will allow us to have more insight into what's a point that somebody else is trying to make. Last but not least, we'll do some quick advice cards, additional advice cards for each archetype from these decks. I'll do each type of card too. So here. So masculine, your additional Ascended Master card is Nurture Yourself with Mother Mary. Have that coming up again. Feminine, ours is again Follow Your Heart. This came up in what we could do to help ourselves in the other spread. Masculine, more victory or movement or both. With Major Arcana card 7, the Chariot represents the sign of Cancer. You can successfully balance various or opposing energies at once through determination and focus. You have earned the rewards and recognition that you are receiving. Feminine, the Two of Swords. Procrastination and worrying about what others will think is blocking you from making a decision. If you're torn between your own desires and someone else's, follow your inner guidance. And I think that that is like the perfect summation of what I was trying to say in the last spread, the block that I was picking up for the feminine, and then the way to move beyond that block, like I said, even if there was some other entity involved, a third party, was to follow your heart. So this is saying the same thing. Don't worry about the other people, right? You worry about what somebody else thinks or whatever. Don't worry about that. Follow your heart. Masculine, the Seven of Cups, a complex decision, the need to do research. Stop procrastinating. For me, this is very Neptunian or Piscean energy. It can also be about having a lot of options, choices, and needing to, you know, choose a direction, pick a direction. So maybe there's some following of the heart that you could stand to do too. Feminine, we are additionally getting another 9, major arcana card 9, the Hermit, which represents a sign of Virgo, again, where Venus is currently located. Spend time in quiet meditation, spiritual teaching, self-discovery. That's like the second time teaching is coming up for us. Meditation, I mentioned a couple times, and we also had a card that guided us toward meditation, or 2. We had a meditation card, we had a yoga card, which I also associated with meditation. From the numerology deck to the masculine, relationship change. That can mean a lot of different things, especially, like I said, for the Leos. We had something, again, I think there's going to be a focus on all your different types of relationships, so that's where the moon will affect you most. And last but not least, for the feminine, card number 66 and healing. Overall, at the end of the day, hope you guys have enjoyed this reading and these spreads. I will try to timestamp them so that people that don't want to watch the whole thing can go to the portions that they like in the most easiest manner. Again, don't forget to comment if you come up with anything to add, and do like and share and subscribe and all of that if it's your first time with us. I thank you. Namaste.